Good afternoon, Heat fans. Trying to use a different angle here with the camera. But what I want to talk about today in my Worthless Half a Penny, Part 11, WCF Game 2 edition. Want to do every single game and in the conference finals and then in the NBA finals. Before we start, question of the day, which I think should be an interesting question. How many times has the Miami Heat in its 35 seasons made the playoffs? If you know that off the top of your head, congratulations. If not, I'm going to give you the answer at the end of the video. It's easily Google, but it doesn't really matter. First thing I want to say is that we obviously have two conferences. Conference number one, the East, a hospital trauma wing. Talked about the Miami Heat. It's not, basically, I just want to say this, okay? This trend that I'm going with of Celtics cakewalking does not come from other people's opinions. This is 100% something that I said before the playoffs even started. The Celtics have an obligation to win the ring. The script is going their way, by the way, but they have an obligation to get this ring. If they don't get this ring, this is such a total failure of a season because that's when they kind of went win or bust. I do think they get it, but also, again, right? I said this before. Now, Clutch Points is saying that right now, that it's a lose-lose situation for the Celtics. If they win, it's going to come with an asterisk. It is. It's going to come with an asterisk. It's not just the fact that the teams that they faced were injured. It's also the fact that other teams were also severely injured. You have Bucks without Giannis. You have the New York Knicks not being able to go over the Pacers, but also without half their team. Again, right? Julius, that's what Clutch Point says, but it's just very simple. You start the series without Julius Randle. You proceed to lose Mitchell Robinson, then OG Anunoby. I think before that, and so on and so forth. And so basically, just have a general, a hospital general kind of situation there. And so the Celtics didn't get to face the actual best teams, the teams that were actually ahead of them. The Knicks, ahead of the others that they're facing right now. The Knicks are one example. The Bucks are another example. They got to face the Miami Heat in the 8th seed after losing Jimmy Butler, not having Terry Rozier, not having Josh Richardson for I don't know how many games. And then you have the WCF. That's an actual dogfight. It's a very interesting environment. It's a very interesting discussion there. Everything is actually fair. The Timberwolves, even without having their two main players performing, Cat and Ant-Man, they still managed to make it a very interesting game. First of all, of course, Dallas cutting leads. This time, I think it was a 7-point lead that they cut through to actually get to that point. Then, of course, people are going to talk about one or two things that happened, but still, the Timberwolves had more free throw attempts. The Timberwolves had one issue there with McDaniels at the end that was supposed to be a foul on Kyrie. So what? They still had possession. They still could have made a play, and instead of getting two or maybe even one, if the guy misses a free throw, they would have been able to make a 3-pointer. So obviously, the Timberwolves have no stake in complaining about what's happening with the WCF. It just so happens that Dallas is playing a lot better. Luka Doncic is playing a lot better. I just saw this discussion: who is a better I hate those. Who is a better player, Larry Bird or Luka Doncic? I mean, it's ridiculous. If you're going to talk about true shooting percentage, 58% for Luka, 56%, approximately 56.5, 58.5, whatever it is, 56.5 to Larry Bird. So it doesn't really matter right now. The main point is when I saw Luka take that last shot, his brick so many threes this series, and I thought this was going to be a brick. But no, he was clutch. Rudy Gobert was cooked. Heat fans saying Bam Adebayo would have done better. Don't remember Luka Doncic cooking Bam Adebayo when they played against each other in the regular season. They also say Wemby was going to get a block. Man, you don't know what's gonna. You know what? Again, right? If my grandma had spheres, should be my grandpa. She didn't. She was still my grandma, and that's why I'm here. In any case, like I said, the script is for the Celtics. It is a cakewalk. I don't know. I don't care who says anything otherwise, and that's only going to be Boston fans. It has an asterisk. They really didn't play their best game. We talked about other kinds of asterisks, but I'm not going to get into that bugs and stuff like that in 2020, 2021. In any case, guys, the Miami Heat in 35 seasons has made 24 playoff appearances, only two in their first 8 years. In their first almost decade, they only made two appearances. And then they went on to make 22 more appearances in the next 27 seasons. So that's why I always say, F Boston, let's go Heat.